Check 1, 2. Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football postgame show for Week 11. Garrett Barnett forced the first fumble and returned to second for a touchdown on the definitive defensive play of the game for the Houston Texans. Bill Mixon did his thing, and C.J. Stroud didn't have to do much to extend the misery of the Dallas Cowboys. Mixon ran for 3 touchdowns to extend his TD streak to 6 games. Coming back from an ankle injury, Barnett returned the fumble for 28 yards for a score, and the Texans beat the Cowboys 34-10 on Monday night. The Texans stopped, who are now 7-4, stopped just the second 2-game losing streak in Stroud's 2 seasons while maintaining a 2-game lead in the AFC South. Houston pulled away in the second half with a week after a 26-23 last play loss to the Detroit Lions at home. When the Texans let a 23-7 lead at halftime get away and lost despite intercepting Jared Goff 5 times. It's not as bad as it ever seems, and it's never as good as it ever seems. Stroud said, "Those type of games you have to come out with and win, especially going up like that at the half. But at the half, but what we are going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Excuse me." In a season filled with things gone wrong for the Cowboys, who fall to 3-7, uh, debris fell from their stadium. Fell from their stadium retractable roof as it was opening a few hours before the game. There was no delay and no injuries were reported. Just another mishap to foreshadow a 5th consecutive defeat for a team that lost 5 games total in each of the past 3 playoff seasons. Cooper rushed through a 64-yard touchdown pass to Cavante Turpin, but lost his second start since Dak Prescott's season-ending hamstring injury. Excuse me. The Dallas losing streak is its longest since a 7-game skid in 2015, and the Cowboys dropped to 0-5 at home. Dallas is the first team in NFL history to trail by at least 20 points in 6 consecutive home games, including last season's wildcard playoff loss to Green Bay, according to Sport Radar. They better be frustrated, Coach Mike McCarthy said. I mean, we're all frustrated. I think there'd be something wrong if they weren't frustrated. So just be very honest with everything and stay in tune with what's right in front of us. And that's the only way I've ever done it. The Cowboys were down 10 early in the 4th quarter when Barnett knocked the ball out of Rush's hand as he was throwing. Dallas rookie left tackle Tyler Guyton caught it and was trying to run when Jalen Katir knocked the ball loose again. Barnett scooped it and scored, although he almost stepped out of bounds, running free toward a pylon. And the play he made really changed the game for us. Texans coach DeMeco Ryan said it flipped the momentum. It got everybody juiced up on the sideline. It was just a huge play. Earlier, the Cowboys appeared to have pulled within a touchdown on a 64-yard field goal from Brandon Aubrey, but Barnett was penalized for slapping Terrence Steele on the rush. And on the rush, Dallas erased the points by taking the penalty, but Rush's fourth down pass came from the Houston 8-yard line, was incomplete, and the only good scoring chance of the second half for the Cowboys, the defense played with elite energy. Ryan said, "One big play that we gave up, like to have that one back, but overall, I think our guys played really well." Texans receiver Nico Collins returned after missing 5 games with a hamstring injury and took a screen pass 77 yards to the end zone, the first time he touched the ball on the first play of the game, only to have it called back because of an ineligible receiver downfield. That possession ended with a touchdown anyway on Mixon's 45-yard sprint up the middle, and he ran wide for a 1-yard score and a 14-0 lead. Mixon had 109 yards rushing and set an upfield goal with a 37-yard catch and run on a screen. I really love that first play because it showed what we can do in this game, Ryan said. Even though it got called back, I just told all our guys we can go score on these guys again. Just get it in your mind. We're going to score again. Already without Prescott, the Cowboys lost tight end Jake Ferguson to a concussion, and perennial All-Pro right guard Zach Martin and left guard Tyler Smith to ankle injuries. Rush was sacked 5 times on the same possession when Martin and Smith were injured. Stroud, who has been in a mini slump, threw 257 yards while avoiding any mistakes. And after an early interception on fourth down, it was the third time in 5 games without a touchdown pass, as he has 2 TDs and 3 picks in that stretch. Rush was 32 of 55 for 354 yards with a touchdown and interception. Turpin had 3 catches for 86 yards. Texans defensive end Will Anderson Jr., who entered the week tied for 5th in the NFL with 7.5 sacks, was inactive because of an ankle injury. Cowboys defensive back Marquise Bell didn't return after injuring his shoulder covering a kickoff in the second quarter. So Sunday, the Texans, will host the Tennessee Titans at NRG Stadium. And the Cowboys are at Northwest Stadium in Maryland to take on the Washington Commanders, as they will have to regroup for that game. So right now, I have to give the game balls to the Houston Texans. I got to give them to the Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud, 23 of 34 carries and attempts, 257 yards. He did have 1 interception. Joe Mixon, 20 attempts, 109 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Nico Collins, 4 receptions, 54 yards. They get the game balls. And we have a plethora of football for Week 12. As the Browns kick it off, they will be in Pittsburgh at Askew Stadium to take on the. Actually, no, they're going to be here. Excuse me. The Pittsburgh Steelers are here in Cleveland at Huntington Bank to take on the Browns, and I'm hoping Cleveland will get the win in that game Thursday night as we kick off have Thursday Night Football to kick off Week 12. Now for the Sunday 1 o'clock games, the Kansas City Chiefs are in Bank of America Stadium to take on the Carolina Panthers. The Minnesota Vikings are in Soldier Field in Chicago to take on the Bears. The Tennessee Titans are at NRG Stadium in Houston to take on the Texans. The Detroit Lions, who are coming off a win over the Texans last week, are in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium to take on the Indianapolis Colts. The Patriots are at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami to take on the Dolphins. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs are at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, to take on the Giants. Dallas is in Northwestern Stadium in Maryland to take on the Commanders. The Denver Broncos are in Las Vegas to take on the Raiders, and that starts the 4 o'clock games. In San Francisco, the 49ers are at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. Uh, uh, the uh, the uh, the the Arizona Cardinals are at Lumen Field in Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Sunday Night Football. The Philadelphia Eagles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California to take on the Rams. And Monday Night Football. It's Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers against his brother John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football. And the Atlanta Falcons, Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints, and the New York Jets are all on a bye week this week. So, and right now the Cavs are down by 2 in the third quarter with 36.8 seconds to go, 86 to 86. I'm hoping they can come back and win this one to keep their undefeated streak alive. We shall see. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football postgame show. And I'll be back Thursday with the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show before the Browns Steelers game and the postgame show after the game is concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.